Brooklyn Independent Television.
Co-owned by John Jerard and Mary Creed, Jerard Studio is an association of multidisciplinary artists and craftspeople who boast varied skill sets and create everything from movie props to puppets.
My name is John Jerard, and Jerard Studio is essentially myself and Mary Creed at its core, and a bunch of associates who work with us. We essentially problem solve for the arts. There's really nothing we won't take on. So we work in a variety of fields. We've made puppets, interior design, architectural decoration. We've designed and made furniture. We do props for Broadway commercials, movies. We do back painted glass. We paint drops. Essentially anything that anyone in the creative arts field need done, we're willing to take on and do.
I'm a painter, but our studio is completely cross-disciplinary. So some of us have more strengths in one area as opposed to another. Across the board, everybody that works here is a pretty well-rounded artist and craftsperson. It was necessary for us to be cross-disciplinary because our problem solving is cross-disciplinary. So you wouldn't necessarily want to limit yourself. So you have to have a solution, and that solution can come from any area. And then you start working with some other great people, and you learn from each other, and they get skills from you as well. It's always growth, as opposed to saying we only do this, which is only a limit.
We first started doing decorative paint finishes and custom furniture. Got a studio out here, very inexpensive then. This is over 20 years ago. It cost us $650 a month for a 3-story building. A friend who I had met on the West Coast, he was interested in puppetry and costumes and things of that nature, and he got me involved in doing pretty elaborate stuff for the Halloween parade, as well as the Coney Island's Mermaid Parade. I soon met Mary. She became my partner in business as well as crime. We'll take on anything that comes our way. We both teach. I teach at Parsons, and Mary teaches at Stern College. We both teach art. We work with kids a lot. We're working with South Brooklyn Community High School, making art with them for permanent exhibit. We work with Sloan Kettering Pediatric Cancer Ward, working with kids there to create art for display and exhibit. And we really see that as an important part and probably the most enjoyable aspect of our business. We don't want to be huge because both Mary and I, we're in this to do the work. We're both artists, we're makers, we want to make things. So we keep things at a certain scale so that that's possible. I mean, when you hire us, Jerard Studio, you get us. It's not like we pass this on to people down the line and somehow are disconnected once the job is won. And we feel like that's what we really have to offer. This is a stop-motion animation movie set for an animated film we're working on, The Reef. It's composed of essentially all of the trash and scraps and materials that over the years have accumulated in the studio. The central idea is that as we clog the environment with our trash, nature doesn't stop, it just absorbs all of this and creates another kind of world. Consequently, we've made all these creatures out of all kinds of different materials. We prep a shot, over a few weeks, and then we set up and we shoot. We make most of our camera equipment and things we need. They're not necessarily available, and so when we need something specific, we generally make it. It's an interesting way of combining sculpture and painting and character building and animation in one place. So This character here was made for a interactive art show. And it was essentially inspired by Coney Island. These rods and the cones at the bottom are from computer paper. A big part of what we do, I think, is use materials in ways that they're not meant initially to be used. These costume heads, this is ethifoam. This is essentially packing foam, and it's pattern drafted. And by that I mean the way that clothes are patterned. So we're always looking to find materials that we can adapt in ways that, aid us in reproducing what the client wants. One of the advantages, I think, of the fact that we work in so many different fields is that we have a wide range of knowledge about materials, taking one material from one field and bringing it to another. So here's a material that we use called thermoplastic, which means it's heat sensitive and heat moldable. We're in the process of making the Grim Reaper sickle for a show, and we're able to take this thermoplastic, turn it in such a way that it fits on the tube, and this will be covered with foam like this, so it doesn't hurt anyone. And that's something that we do all the time, is find uses for materials from other fields and other places that we can use effectively in what we're doing. I'd like to thank you all for coming to Jerard Studio. If you want to come visit, you just got to contact us via our website, gerardstudio.com, and we're always open to have people come by and see what we're doing.
Brooklyn Independent Television on the BCAT TV network.